Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today we're going to talk about the holiday season and all of the great things we can eat, and some of those things we should not be eating. And our very special guest is Dr. Bernadette Blount. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
I know, I feel so guilty every time I see you, and you are so fabulous and keeping your weight in check, and you've given me all of these instructions, so it's really no excuse. But I am very proud of myself. I started reading the labels like you instructed me to.
Good.
But unfortunately, you know, my vice is those potato chips.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have counseled me on that numerous times. But I think the eye-opener for me, Dr. Blount, was when I read this on the label, where these chips were partially produced, genetically engineered.
Fake food.
Very much so. And so I found this on another brand as well. Now, we have some traditional brands that don't have that if it's just the plain chips. But I found that it was consistent on those, a lot of those flavored chips.
Right.
Right. And so I think you should give me an A on that, because
I am proud of you for looking at labels. That is
looking
wonderful.
at labels. That's a step in the right direction.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So we're coming up to the holiday season, and a lot of us, we want to eat what we're going to eat.
Right.
And what should we be doing to have some of those and not overdo it?
There's so many things. So I'll just ask you a question. How much weight do you think people typically gain from Thanksgiving through New Year's Day?
Probably 10 to 15 pounds.
Oh, I hope not. Oh my God, that'd
Well,
be awful.
that's a long time.
I know it is. I was like, oh, that would be awful. So I thought it was at least like 5 or 10 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
But the research actually says that for people that are normal weight, they actually really only gain about a pound or 2 for the holiday season.
Really?
But the people that are actually already overweight or obese tend to gain closer to like the 5 or 7 pound range.
Oh, well, see, for me, I'm thinking about the potato salad, the macaroni
Right, all of
cheese,
that good stuff.
the cakes, the pies, and the alcohol, because alcohol, and especially when you mix it with the eggnog, is fattening.
This eggnog is one of my weaknesses. Like, I love eggnog. But last year I did find a brand of almond milk eggnog.
How sad.
I know, like
almond milk. I mean, you know, some things like your sweet potato casserole that I'm proud to know you'll be fixing that for your family, and they don't have to eat just carrot sticks. But, you know, there are some things that's traditional
that you're just gonna have.
You gotta have that to know that you're in the holiday season. I know. Okay.
But it wasn't disgusting. That's all I'm saying is you just have to adjust your mind sometimes and pick your food. So I'm glad that Miss Gloria has given me this opportunity to just go over some holiday tips for maybe surviving the holiday period without too much weight gain.
Okay, surviving the holiday period without too much weight gain.
Yes.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so what are those tips?
So we'll start with the first one is kind of just try to weigh yourself twice a week during the holiday time. It's good to be mindful. So we'll just say an easy 150 pounds. If you know before the holidays that you weigh 150, if you notice by the end of 1 week after 2, parties at the job and you've gained 4 pounds, okay, danger. That's a little bit too much for 1 week. So that means that the next week we need to cut back or we need to exercise more. The thing about the holidays is it's not just the food, it's also the food with most people's inactivity during these colder months.
Right.
So that double whammy is what really gets people in trouble. So if you're gonna kind of eat a little bit more than you should, give yourself the permission to eat, but then know that you're going to have to give a lot more activity during this time of year.
Okay, and because we are change of season and it's cooler and people are not as active.
Right.
And then some of us that are traditional Southerners, once we eat, the food has been wonderful and the fellowship, we like to take off our good clothes and put on those other clothes and just
lounge. So that goes to my second point of the tip is start your day with a bang, right? So that means let's get our workout in the morning before your shower. So that way all of the distractions from the day do not sidetrack you.
Okay.
So if that
First thing, you gotta get it
in the morning, right? So a lot of research has shown, especially women, if we work out in the morning time, it tends to make us move, and we're like more energetic, and we
have
move
more stamina.
Right, we move more during the day, and the research has shown, like doing functional MRI that looks at our brain, that if I worked out for 30 minutes before I got to work, if you show me food or pictures of Popeyes or some of my normal triggers, that your body is not as responsive to those bad foods if you have actually worked out in the morning before you get into your day. So try to at least do 10 minutes of something. I don't care if you're jumping rope, you know.
That's something you can do at home.
Anything,
in your bedroom.
In
you
your
don't
bedroom.
have to dress and go to the gym.
The gym is not a requirement. Just some type of physical activity to raise your heart rate. Anybody can do something for 10 minutes at the home before they get out into their day.
Okay. So when we plan our menu, we should be looking for substitutes.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
So for the holiday, it's not about avoidance. It's about making wise choices. So my daddy calls the buffet the smorgasbord. I don't have a clue where he gets this. But if you already know that there is going to be a wide selection, look at the buffet. Look at all of your choices first. Choose wisely. So don't put just a little bit of everything. If you know you hate the Brussels sprouts, don't waste your time putting that on your food.
Don't waste your calories
Do not waste your calories. So if you already know that you've got to have some of that macaroni and cheese, put 3 spoonfuls.
Okay, and then skip the Brussels sprouts. So you'll be satisfied.
So you'll be satisfied, but you will not overindulge. So choose wisely. This is part of knowing what you're going to eat, because you're going to eat some things. If you see the store-bought cake or you see Aunt Sally's homemade red velvet, do not waste your calories on the store-bought cake. If you're going to eat, save it for that cake that you only get during the holidays. And I didn't say no, but we need to practice a 3-bite maximum for those things that we know we probably should not be eating, but we've just got to have it. And I want you to savor each of your 3 bites like, oh my gosh, like it's the best thing ever.
So the cake has to be cut so thin that you can see through it then for the 3 bites. Oh my goodness.
3 bites.
But at least it takes away that urge and that desire.
Right, yes, so that
you're not being deprived.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you told me about that last time.
Ma'am.
Okay. Well, we're going to plan the menu.
Okay.
And then when we go in the store, we just won't randomly just get everything we need to have a real plan.
A real plan.
Okay. Because you know if you go in the store and you're hungry, you just get everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so when we plan this holiday menu, we're going to be very careful. We're going to look at the vegetables, the starches, and all of that. Okay. What we're going to do is go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Fabulous.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery, specializing in quality art and framing for all your needs. Original etchings, limited editions, and prints. Call Carlton Dickey today at 706-324-3823 or visit the Art Gallery at 1325 17th Street in Columbus. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. this is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Adopting from your shelter makes sense. You get a great friend checked by our vet. They're fixed, all shots, microchipped, all ready to make you and your family's life better. 4900 Milton Road, Columbus. Paws Humane.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the awesome and fabulous Dr. Bernadette Blount. I tell you, you have this drop-dead figure, and it's encouraging. And then, of course, our great friend, Dr. Smith,
She looks amazing.
Yes, you've done an awesome job with her, and she had her big birthday celebration and had a red jumpsuit on, and I thought, oh my goodness.
She looks so amazing.
I know, so I know she's on your happy list. So
She has been my
she's one of
star person.
Oh,
yes.
I know, right? So you can just show her off. Okay, so we want to keep our weight down.
Right.
We want to enjoy the holiday.
Right.
And where we get into those little problem areas, for those that will follow the script and they are practicing good habits,
Okay.
you have alternatives to help folks that are not morbidly obese. Like if they have a wedding for brides,
Right.
and their wedding is right after they've gained the weight over the holidays, you have a technique that you can use to help them. But it's not for people like me that's way behind the goal. We got to work on some things.
Whatever.
No, but I'm just saying, because you do have a lot of brides that will be February
Right.
and all of that. So you have a technique that you can offer.
There's a lot that she can do. The main thing is just start.
Right.
Right? So anything is, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to make it today. Do not have to wait until January 1 to start to be healthier. Start today. So we were discussing maybe some menu ideas or whatever. The good thing about especially Thanksgiving is that the turkey and the meat is the star of the show.
Right.
There is no carbs in meat. So have at it. Have all the meat that you want.
The protein.
Unless you are one of the Nephrology Associates patients and you are on protein restriction, everyone else,
Right.
have your meat.
Right.
Load your plate up. Remove all of the visible skin, though, so you're not getting that unnecessary cholesterol and fat. But turkey should be the star. And understand that, look at your family and see who's bringing what, and have the people only bring the good stuff. So
Training your family. Now, I know we're in the South. So, that's a difficult thing because the person that's going to make the macaroni and cheese, they're going to load it up with all of that cheese.
much
And if they
stuff.
don't, then there are the other folks in the room.
We're gonna talk about
They
them.
will. Can you believe she brought that over
Right.
here like that? Right. So, but we still want to be smart.
So we want to be smart. And so the thing is, for the holidays, because I'm going to eat some food. So you have to learn to say no. So I want us to practice before the holidays saying no.
Okay.
It is so important to start exercising willpower because you will be tempted by going through the break room and someone has bought like peppermint bark and all this stuff,
Holiday
right? And so
cookies
it's right. And so
right.
you have to know your triggers. Know if like I'm horrible. If I see food, I'll probably eat food.
Right.
So if I know that the break room is full of all this stuff, I'm not going in the break room.
Okay.
I'm going to avoid it at all costs. Right?
Because
So
people are going to just bring
they're
things.
going to just bring things. Practice saying no. Practice your speech. Me and Ma, thank you so much. It looks amazing, but I am already so full. Thank you so much. But I'm just going to sit this one out. You do not need seconds. Get your plate right the first time and
Get
eat
it right the first time.
Get it right the first
Don't
time.
get seconds.
No.
Okay. All right. See, and that's where we run into problems because sometimes, Dr. Blount, you're a Southerner as well. the plate is not big enough the first time to get a little bit of the things that you even want. Now, I don't have to have the Brussels sprouts and all of that.
Right.
But, you know, I want to make sure that I can have some of the dressing and some of this and that, and it might not always fit on that first plate. So,
if you want to do that. So, another thing. So, you know, we have the regular size plates and then the little
hors d'oeuvre plates.
the hors d'oeuvre plate.
We can't
All
do
your
that.
good food, your meat and veggies, like, I mean, I'm Southern. I love my collard greens.
Right.
My green bean casseroles, my sweet potato souffle. I love my ham. I love my turkey. All of those things can go on the big plate.
Okay.
Except for my sweet potato souffle.
Okay.
Because I know I should not eat that. So my sweet potato souffle is one of my 3 spoonful maximums. Mac and cheese, 3 spoonfuls. Dressing, 3 spoonfuls. Those things go on this plate. You eat the big plate. You eat your meat first, your green leafy vegetables first, a full cup of water. I mean glass. I don't even mean 8 ounce. I mean a full glass of water before you start your food.
So that's a
So
tip.
that I'm already really pretty full by the time I get to my plate.
So then I don't want those seconds.
Right.
Okay, no, that's important to know. So we're going to eat the protein, the meat, we're going to eat our leafy vegetables,
Right.
and then drink a large glass of water,
Full glass of water.
full glass of water before we start eating the,
Our foods that we love, but they
Right.
don't love us.
Okay.
Those need to be after we have had our staple food and our full glass of water. If you still have space, you have your 3 spoonfuls maximum. All right. The big thing, and one of the tips is do not take food home. Beware of leftovers.
that's a
That
major sign.
is-
That's a major sign. Because when you take the food home, people have cooked. So they expect for everyone, you know this,
I know.
to pack it up and take it home. And they will always say, we don't have enough space in the refrigerator to put all of this food. And you all need to take some home. And so then naturally you go get all those things you like. And then you wrap them. And then the sad part is before the night is over, after you've gone home and put on your very comfortable clothes.
Oh, we're grazing again.
Then we grazing. We are.
We
That's true.
We are.
So what do you tell your host and hostess?
Oh, it's easy for the host and hostess. The host and hostess should tell everyone, baby, take all this stuff with you. I don't want anything. And that's great for them.
Right.
However, the people packing it up,
Right.
do it to be courteous.
Yeah, it comes with the price.
Yes.
It
Be
does.
courteous, be respectful, but don't eat all of that stuff. Or you can eat the ham. Have your, ham and eggs in the
For
morning.
the next day.
Right.
And kind of space it out.
Right.
Okay.
But those cakes, freeze them. Eat a piece a week, freeze them. Please don't kill the whole cake in a day or 2.
Okay. So don't keep walking back and forth.
No, because
Okay.
if you see it, spoon by spoon,
You'll just-
it'll be gone.
It will.
Yes.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is go to our final break, and we'll
Okay.
be right back.
Wonderful.
Okay. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. Freedom Printing for all of your designer printing needs. Gunboat Plaza, Suite 18. Thai Cuisine, the area's only authentic Thai restaurant. Open for lunch and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Located in the Village Green Shopping Center on the 280 bypass in Phoenix City. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies, leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blount is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program. supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids.
History is important because it shows where you're coming from and where you're going. Type 2 diabetes is something that runs in my family, which means I'm at risk. In fact, 1 in 3 American adults are at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. And knowing this, if I do nothing, that family history becomes my family's future. And my family is too important to me for that. Take the risk factor assessment today at AskScreenNo.com.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing this wonderful conversation with our family physician and our wellness doctor, Bernadette Blount. Well, I already know. I'm going to tell on myself. I know I will fall off the wagon. I don't want to pretend. I'll just see you next year, 2018, and try to start all over again. Because, you know, with all of the different family events and things that I don't normally cook, these folks are wonderful cooks, and I'm just gonna do my thing. So I'm not like the other people to pretend and tell you I didn't cheat. I'm just confessing on the front end.
But there's no cheating. Moderation. That's it.
I know, but I'm not gonna promise you I won't have
Okay.
seconds.
That's
I'm just
fine.
not gonna do that. But I know I should have better sense.
So remember, the holidays are not just about the food. They're also about the friendship and the fellowship.
That's true.
Right?
That's
Which
true.
means that when we see our families, instead of sitting on the couch watching the game, let's have some flag football in the yard. Let's all get out for a walk and go see the houses and the holiday lights and all of these things. We're going shopping on Black Friday. Park at the end of that parking lot. Walk around that mall a couple of times. It's not just about the food, because
Right.
we may lose that battle, but at least increase your activity.
Okay.
Have fun with the family. Don't just sit on the couch. Y'all go play something. Play some pool. Be active.
Right.
So there are things that you can do.
Okay. All right. So thank you for all of those wonderful tips, and I will try my best, but I am not going to promise.
No promises.
But we do still have Coolsculpting.
That's right. And when you've put on those holiday pounds, feel free to come see me for your non-surgical weight loss goals. Coolsculpting is the #1 non-surgical body sculpting modality in the country. Probably in the world, but for sure in this country. So I absolutely love Coolsculpting. I have probably done myself a couple of times, so I have to keep this figure. It's not
and it
always
is.
about
I
diet and
mean,
exercise.
That's right.
So sometimes you just have those areas that doesn't matter how much you exercise or how much weight that you've lost, or maybe you don't want to lose any more weight. You just kind of want to sculpt something. You can have Coolsculpting done in, you know,
And it's
an
not
hour.
just for women.
No,
you had
they're-
a male patient that you were sculpting him a six-pack.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Men
thought
and
that was so
women.
cool.
Men are the actually fastest growing non-surgical procedures, even Botox. Like, men are absolutely joining this anti-aging and
Right.
non-surgical
And this
body
is outside
sculpting
of
movement.
Hollywood. These are like regular men.
Regular people.
Right.
Absolutely. And it's awesome. And then the other procedure, Exilis, which does some skin tightening and sculpting. Like, it is, you have so many options. So if you kind of get a little bit out of control over the holidays.
A little bit, okay.
A little bit. And you just want to come and get rid of that double chin or that back fat. And I just actually did my thighs.
Really?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, because I said, oh, I'm starting to shift my fat and I don't like it. So I don't want to thigh gap or anything, but I absolutely did my own thighs because
And
I
see,
just want to be
people
fabulous.
don't understand that a lot of the stars, they do all of that. It's like, oh, they had a
do.
baby and now she's right back, but
Just
it's like,
snatched.
yeah, but it's
not always
like that.
real,
No,
so.
it's not. And they have all of these wonderful techniques.
Right.
So the Coolsculpting is the cold and the Exilis is the hot.
Right, fire and ice.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so what is the length of the process with the Coolsculpting? How is that normally done?
So Coolsculpting normally is between 45 minutes to 1 hour per
visit.
area.
Okay.
So if I do left and right love handle, that'll be about 2 hours.
Okay,
And
in the
res-
same visit?
Yes, ma'am, the
Okay.
same visit. And those results are permanent.
Really?
Right.
So all of that meat that hangs off, especially if you're if you're a bride, and if you've seen that TV show where they're trying on the bridal
Right.
dresses, they zip them up and you'll see the little meat hang over. So with Coolsculpting, they can get rid of that.
Right. So if you know that you're a Valentine bride, then you to have your best results is usually around between 8 to 12 weeks. If you're a Valentine bride and you know that you want to get some things sculpted, go ahead and come in about December so
Okay.
that you can have the results that you want to see in time for your wedding dress.
Okay. And so now the Exilus is the fire.
Excellence is fire.
Okay, so what is that doing? Because the Coolsculpting is what? Freezing the fat.
Right, cryolipolysis. Yes.
Okay.
And so the Exilus is what it does is it changes the architecture of your fat cells and it breaks away or lyses the fat cells so that it then goes into your lymphatic system. So that one is not permanent, but it's fast. So if you have some wrinkles that are coming up before I come on your show and you want to get rid of your fine lines, your wrinkles, want to work on this chin,
Right.
you can do that and you will see results almost immediately after 1 or 2 weeks.
Really?
Right.
And then the hands, you
And
can
the
make
hands.
the hands look younger.
Look younger, right? Take away these fine lines.
Right, and that's what a lot of the stars, and people was like, oh, she's this 80 years old and she looks so young. And I'm like,
amazing.
they're probably $10,000, $20,000 per month
Right.
just in their budget.
And Exilus is much cheaper than Coolsculpting because it's not permanent, so you can touch yourself up whenever you get ready to.
Really?
It's very
So you can do
affordable.
that as often?
Yes, ma'am.
So if the Coolsculpting, what's the time between getting things sculpted?
You would usually wait a minimum of 6 weeks
Okay.
before doing the same area. Some people have to treat their areas of concern more than one time, just depending on how much juicy, squishy fat that we have to get rid of.
Right.
Right. So I always tell people, sure, you can do it at 200 pounds, but be as close to your goal weight as possible, so that way your procedure will be more affordable.
Okay.
The more fat that I have to remove, probably the more money it's going to cost. So
Exactly.
kind of try to be close to your goal weight if you can.
Right, and then we see in Hollywood everybody has the big tushes now, but you said to someone you can make them one of those. You can move it around.
You can, and those are really interesting. But for
Right.
those, do go see your plastic surgeon for
Right.
your
for the serious ones.
for the
Yeah.
serious ones
Okay.
and for your fat removal and shifting.
I know, it's so much.
It's just a lot.
It is. Okay, well tell them where you're located and how they can find you.
Sure, please come see me at Best Care Wellness Center. I'm located at 122 Enterprise Court, Suite B on Bradley Park Circle.
All right, so we're going to take in all those tips. We're going to make sure we're not just couch potatoes. We're going to try not to take extras home after the meal. We're going to try to stick with the 3-spoon rule.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to try to start with the meat, the protein first, the leafy vegetables,
ma'am.
and all of those favorite things we like on a separate plate.
Yes.
See, I listen well. I
You
just have to
do.
learn to follow the instructions. But I'm going to work on that.
Okay.
I'm going to work on that. Well, I thank you so much for your support and all that you're doing, and I'm going to try to be a better client in 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.